Good morning. Today I will show you some exam samples, how to do the exam much more better. This is one of the example is something about it. The topic is related to the foundation. Okay, I think most of the students have problems. They don't have properly organized their essay type of question. That's why they score a little bit lower. Therefore, you need to have a before you start it, you need to have a clear introduction. Something like this is you need to talking about what is the foundation. I think after that you need to understand what is the functions of the foundations. For example, the first one, you need to understand they need to prevent the settlement of a building, or prevent any possible movement, or sometimes we need to prevent the water coming to the building. And certainly we need to resist the building from overturning or uplifting due to window, or any soil low due to underground. And sometimes if the foundation system is higher or lower than the existing structures or existing foundation, they may be lead to underpinned. Okay. After that, you need to understand how to choose the foundations. I think most of the foundation depends on the materials. For example, if the material is very strong, they can use the footing instead of the foundation piles. Okay, and then if you have such many space, you can use large type of foundation. But if you have confined space, you need to use the mini piles. Okay, this is some of the restraint of the choose of the foundation. Most likely in Hong Kong, we need to understand there's two types of foundation. First is a so-called the shallow type foundations, and then the second one is so-called the deep foundations. Before that, you need to draw a simple diagram so you understand how the loading transfer to the foundation. Okay, first, for the dead node, all the loading will go down is due to the gravity force, and then if the foundation subject to the wind, there's a movement and reduce the up and down force. Okay, I think most likely you will understand shallow foundation and deep foundation. Most likely we have, roughly speaking, more than 3 meters, so-called the deep foundation. And sometimes for the deep foundation, we have used the so-called the pile foundation. Okay, this is another type of pile foundation. Okay, this is, you need to remember, if there's a pile, we call pile foundation. Okay. For the shallow foundation, most likely the loading is very less, and then it's most likely subject to 3 or 4 stories. Okay, and then you will see some types of common foundation type, and you need to understand what is pad footing, pad foundation, street foundation. Okay, and sometimes we call wharf foundation. Wharf foundation is combine all column and wall into one pieces, and sometimes we need to understand some footing may need to transfer the loading to another one to do the balanced base and use the strap beam. Okay, and then you need to understand the so-called pile foundation. Most likely in Hong Kong, it confines to so-called reinforced concrete or steel I-beam. Regarding the large diameter ball pile, all loading will be rested. All the piles will rest on the bedrock, and then all the lateral force will be confined and supported by soil spring and soil load, you can say. Okay, this is show you some of the typical foundation type, and also you need to draw one during the exam. Okay, this is the end of one of the example of the foundation system. Thank you.